Rusty Bethel Drive. I'm Paiswell Forbes. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jimenita Swain and the Bahama Beauty at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Jimenita Swain, and this is What's Trending, the spot where the buzz meets the bold, and we're diving headfirst into everything that's lighting up your feeds and turning heads. It's Thursday, September 4th, and trust me, we've got a lot to talk about. It's our final day of celebrating unsung heroes. Today we're at Charles W. Sanders Baptist School to shine a spotlight on a truly special hero. Their story is one of dedication, resilience, and heart, and you won't want to miss it. Plus, where's your money really going, and how are Bahamians saving, spending, and borrowing in 2025? It's your wallet, your future, and we're making sense of the numbers in today's economics. And breaking a 213-year tradition, the Methodist Church of the Caribbean and the Americas is making history right here in the Bahamas. This weekend, Reverend Claire Robinson steps into the record books as the first female president and Bishop of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Conference. We'll hear from one of the trailblazers ushering in a new era of leadership and empowerment. That and more when What's Trending continues.
Like, what are you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, boy.
I need the $10 special plate.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. And Marcos got that deal, boy.
Diet-friendly special.
As students settle into the rhythm of a new school year, there are some behind-the-scenes heroes making all the difference, from early mornings to long afternoons. Today, we're at CW Sanders, where one dedicated staff member is being recognized for going above and beyond. It's a part of our Back to School Unsung Heroes series, because sometimes the quietest voices make the loudest impact. We're live with Wes Forbes at Charles W. Sanders Baptist School, where dedicated teachers, staff, and support teams work tirelessly to make a difference day in and day out. Wes, give us an idea of who the spotlight will shine on today.
Jimenita, the person that we have today on Spotlight has been at CW Sanders for 16 years. It's Mr. Marshall. Mr. Marshall, how are you?
I am great, and how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. So, Ms. Marshall, tell me your role here and what does the day-to-day looks like for you?
My role here at Charles W. Sanders is financial officer. Typical day for me is preparing our financial spreadsheet for the end of term, the needs for the parents that come in daily, the student, and the staff. I would be that person, I would be that contact person that they would come to.
Oh, I like that. I like that. 16 years, that's a long time. What do you love most about the community here?
The community here in the Cougar's Den is like a family. When we get together, it's like no discrimination. Everybody love, and then we come together. It is just great. It's just a big family.
And that right there is our unsung hero for today. Back to you, Jimenita.
Well, thanks, Wes. We'll check back with you later on in the show.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas: Rent-A-Kill Initial.
In today's Economics, we're taking a closer look at the latest snapshot of our local banking system. This from the Central Bank's most recent quarterly economic review for the second quarter of 2025. From growing loans to rising deposits, the numbers are showing some interesting movement. But what does it all mean for your money, your savings, and your next big financial decision? Let's talk about something that affects us all, where the money is moving in the Bahamas and what that might mean for your wallet, your loans, and even your savings goals. We've got the latest update on the country's banking activity, and while it may sound like a numbers game, there's a bigger story behind it. First up, the banking system's foreign debt is going down. As of June, our net foreign liabilities fell to just over $123 million, a sign that our banks are slightly less reliant on overseas borrowing than they were earlier this year. That's good news for economic stability, even though the number is still higher than this time last year. Now, let's talk about credit, because the banks are lending more, and that's a sign of confidence. In the second quarter, total credit rose by $124 million. That's 4 times higher than the same period last year. A big chunk of that was to the government, mainly through Treasury bills, but the private sector also got a decent boost, especially businesses and households with loans up by more than $85 million. So, if you've been wondering why you're seeing more promotions from banks or why loan officers are suddenly friendlier, now you know. Deposits are also looking healthy, up by $135 million this quarter. Most of that came from private individuals like you and me. And here's something interesting. Over 93% of deposits are in Bahamian dollars, which is a solid sign of confidence in the local currency. Also, while most accounts hold less than $10,000, it's the few big accounts over $50,000 that make up more than 80% of the money in the bank. So, what does this all mean for you? In simple terms, banks are lending more, people are saving more, and government's borrowing continues to shape the system. Whether you're applying for a loan, stashing money for a rainy day, or just trying to keep up, it pays to know how the system is shifting. That's your Economics check-in, helping you connect the dots between the headlines and your household. So whether you're a student trying to save, a business owner eyeing a loan,
or just someone trying to stay ahead, these shifts in banking give us a clearer picture of where things are headed. And remember, in a changing economy, knowledge isn't just power, it's financial peace of mind. That's your economics, more money talk made simple.
Get ready to sparkle. Today on Celebration Keys, Meet the Vendor series, we're chatting with the creative genius behind Baja Gala, the Bahamian-made jewelry brand shining bright with unique island-inspired designs. Take a look.
Welcome to Celebration Key, Meet the Vendor series, where we sat down with our vendors one-on-one, where they shared their story and their journey to becoming vendors at Celebration Key.
I'm Tanisha Carey, and the name of my business is Baja Gala. I became jaded in high school. Everyone was wearing this popular designer, beautiful jewelry, but everybody was literally fitting in, and I wanted persons to stand out, and I wanted to create something, again, where everyone can tell their story. So right out of high school, I decided to start creating jewelry for myself, and persons just started taking it off my neck. I design authentic Bahamian jewelry. I incorporate seeds, shells, gemstones, pearls to create something special for that individual. And I love telling a story with my pieces. So persons will be able to actually pre-book tours if they like. One of the wonderful, authentic things I'm offering at Celebration Key is that persons can actually come in, choose their design, and actually we assist them in creating their jewelry. So they have a hands-on experience. So they not only create something in the Bahamas, but they actually create something that was made by them within the Bahamas. So it keeps the authenticity going. They can choose from ready-made items. They can amend them as well if they want to personalize them. But they will be able to come in and create their story at Baja Gala. And I think that's a priceless takeaway from the Celebration Key and, of course, from Grand Bahama. And I'm excited to share in that experience with them. I remember getting the call to come in and showcase my pieces from the Celebration Key team, and I went in, and I think they were surprised that I brought so much jewelry, but I wanted them to touch, to feel, to see exactly what I wanted to explain to them. And true story, before the meeting was done, by the time I got back to the Raven Mall, I had other Celebration team leaders in there vetting. I remember the first town hall meeting, and I was so intrigued that finally, I have the perfect platform to showcase my art. And like I said, pre-Dorian, and after Dorian hit, there was doubt, if Celebration Key is still going to be interested in creating such a magical platform. And then, of course, COVID happened. So I remained resilient, as Celebration Key did, and I am just so honored to be chosen by them, but I'm so happy for their investment in Grand Bahama, that they stuck it through and that they are here. It's happening. I still have to pinch myself that it's happening, and I have the honor of being a part of it. I'm Tanisha Carey, designer and CEO of Baja Gala Jewelry, and I cannot wait to have you stand out in my authentic Bahamian jewelry at Baja Gala at Celebration Key. Why fit in when we were designed to stand out?
Now we're heading back to Charles W. Sanders, where Wes Forbes is joined by the principal to talk about why she chose this year's standout staff member. She'll also share what's coming up for the school and what's got both students and teachers buzzing for the new academic year. Take it away, Wes.
Hey, Jimmy. Yes, that's right. We are here with the principal of the school, Miss Thompson. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Wonderful.
I'm good. Why did you choose Miss Marshall?
Well, Miss Marshall, when I came here in 2019 as the new principal, Miss Marshall was always so warm, accommodating, welcoming, and one that I could depend on, I could rely on. And of course, she seemed to have known the culture of Charles Sanders so well, and so she made me feel so welcome here at Charles Sanders.
I like that, I like that. What impact has she had on the staff?
Well, literally, because of her personality, Ms. Marshall creates a culture of family. She's one who's very helpful. The staff can rely on her for whatever it is that they need. She's not someone who just stays in the office. She's somebody who can move about the community of Charles Sanders and fit in wherever she's needed. And so for the staff, they like the impact that she brings and the comfort and the community that Ms. Marshall brings, and making even the new staff members feel welcome here at Charles Sanders.
Yeah, she looks like that type of person. Yes. What are you looking forward to this academic semester?
Well, literally, I am looking forward to us continuing our theme, which is excellence in education. In fact, we want to enhance the community, the learning experience for our students here at Charles Sanders. We've had an influx of students this school year, and we believe in being go-getters, excellence in whatever we do. We are a small community, but we are big in heart. And so we encourage our students to do your best in everything that you put your hand to do. So we're looking forward to another great year here in the Cougars family.
Yeah, the Cougars Den, I learned that's what you guys call yourselves.
Yes, we do.
There are some individuals that may feel as if they are unseen, maybe here in the Cougars Den or in other spaces. What message do you have for them?
Well, I always believe wherever you're planted, that is where you should grow. And sometimes you may not be recognized right away, but you do not become discouraged. You continue to push, you continue to press, and eventually somebody may recognize you, and even if they don't, because you're doing what you do, because you love what you do. I believe whatever we do, we should be passionate about, and like we say here in the Cougars Den, it's ministry. So regardless of whether you're recognized or not, you continue to do what you're passionate about and do it with all your might and to the best of your ability.
Thank you so much, Ms. Thompson. I honestly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And that was our unsung hero for today and the principal of the Cougars Den. Back to you, Jiminita.
Thanks so much, Wes. It's definitely been great working with you this week. Well, the entry window is officially closed. If you sent in your back-to-school photos, thank you so much. We had an incredible response. And here's the exciting part. Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store caught wind of the giveaway and decided to sweeten the deal. They've added 2 backpacks, one for a female student and the other for a male, packed with all school essentials. But wait, there's more. Our marketing and sales team here at the Broadcasting Corporation was so impressed by your enthusiasm. They're also throwing in snacks to keep your trendsetters fueled throughout the school day. Yep, this giveaway just went next level. We'll be announcing the winners live on the show Wednesday, September 10th at 6 p.m. So make sure you're watching. Good luck. And now let's check out the final batch of back-to-school photos we've got to share with you today.
Diet-friendly special.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. Your life just took a dark turn. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmarish dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
This weekend marks a powerful moment of progress for the region and especially for women in faith leadership. Reverend Claire Robinson will be inducted as the first female president and bishop of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands Conference of the Methodist Church of the Caribbean and the Americas, shattering a 213-year-old precedent in the process. Alongside Esther Joy Sargent, a devoted leader within Wesley Methodist Church, will be formally inducted as vice president as well. It's a groundbreaking moment, and we're honored to welcome Ms. Sargent to What's Trending.
Thank you. Good to be here.
It's great to have you here with us, Ms. Sargent. So tell us, I know that you've been deeply involved in your church community for years. What has been the most fulfilling part of it for you?
Well, this will be my second term as vice president. I served previously 2016 to 2019. Prior to that, I served as circuit steward for the Nassau circuit. One of the things that happened, and that's after my presidency, because my presidency ended on the 31st of August, 2019, and then Hurricane Dorian struck on September the 1st. Okay, but the new vice president was not living in the Bahamas. And so, along with our then President Bishop, Theophilus Rule, we had to organize relief efforts for Grand Bahama and Abaco in particular, where we have congregations.
You're going to have your first female president and bishop. What was your reaction when you found out that you would be vice president serving under, even though you said this is your second time?
Okay. Well, Reverend Robinson used to work in the Nassau circuit previously, and she had transferred to Turks and Caicos. We were all at conference together, and I know that she had been elected president. I know that she is a dynamic preacher. I know that she is a prayerful woman, and I am looking forward to working along with her.
And I know that for yourself, you've served in a number of roles and capacities within Wesley Methodist Church. How do you think those roles have prepared you now for your work now as vice president?
I think because I rose through the ranks, so to speak, I learned a lot. I was not one of those persons who could say, I was born a Methodist, I grew up a Methodist, and I'm going to die a Methodist. I came from the Church of God, Protestant faith, okay? There were some things that were taught in the Church of God that are also taught in the Methodist Church. And I was able to, let's say, marry the two faiths together. But for me, I feel, I'm thinking of this term as a second chance. I feel that God has given me a second chance. We have been working over the last 4 years on strategizing the growth and development and progress of the Methodist Church throughout the Caribbean. So I am looking forward to implementing some of the things or most of the things that was taught in my church, Wesley, and then in the Nassau circuit, which covers the other churches in the Nassau circuit, and then the district conference as a whole, which covers the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Okay, that makes sense. So we know that the induction is coming up, but what was the response from your church and family members when they heard about the announcement?
Well, my church members, they are happy. They know I'm a hard worker. And like I told them, okay, so I'm going to work hard, but I'm going to work smarter this time, because whereas the last time I tried to get a lot accomplished on my own, this time it's going to be teamwork. So you all voted for me. I expect you all to work with me. Sustainable.
And that's fair enough. And for anyone who wants to attend the induction service, can you remind us where and when it's going to be held this weekend?
Okay, the service will be at Wesley Methodist Church, Malcolm Road East. It begins at 10 a.m.
All right. Well, again, congratulations to you, Ms. Arjun, and Reverend Robinson in her absence. Definitely big roles that you both are going to be taking over.
Thank you very much.
Well, there's so much more What's Trending after the break.
If you would like to be a part of What's Trending, DM us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting TingsyBahamas.com.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
That's how we wrap up a trending week. Follow us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS for show clips and behind-the-scenes moments. I'll see you on Monday at 6 p.m. for more lifestyle, entertainment, and so much more. Have a great weekend, everyone.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. The Minister for Grand Bahama shares progress on the Afro-Caribbean marketplace. And 3 Bahamian men arrested in the U.S. as Cuban migrants appear in court following a foiled human smuggling attempt. We have the latest.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, more details unveiled today following the human smuggling bust in Florida. According to officials, 5 Bahamian males were involved. However, 3 of the 5 men are awaiting charges for conspiracy to import controlled substances. Shelia Roll joins us live with the details.
Romiko, there is more unfolding with the September 3rd human smuggling bust. According to the Bahamas Department of Immigration, 3 vessels were found 8 nautical miles east of the Fort Pierce Inlet in Florida with Chinese migrants on board. 5 Bahamians said to be the facilitators of the ordeal are currently in custody in the United States. According to the Broward County Mugshot website, 3 of the men are being questioned for allegedly carrying a quantity of suspected drugs on board the vessel. However, the site does not list any human smuggling charges. Among those arrested, 52-year-old Yvonne Curry from Central Pines, Abaco, is in custody for conspiracy to import drugs. Now get this, Curry is on bail here in the Bahamas after facing charges for having unlawful sexual intercourse with a 12-year-old girl on February 14, 2023. 19-year-old Jeremiah Russell is also behind bars tonight with a U.S. Marshal hold for conspiracy to import controlled substances. And 25-year-old Dorian Sayers suffering the same fate with the same charges. Now turning to the 27 Chinese nationals who attempted to illegally enter the United States. They had their day in the magistrate's court early Thursday morning, each migrant pleading guilty to the charges of illegal embarkation. The judge fining each of the migrants $200 or 2 weeks imprisonment. According to immigration officials, majority were able to pay the fine while others contacted family members for funds. The ages of these migrants start at just 4 years old. Well, a lot of concerns were raised by residents upon hearing that the Bahamians involved were kept in U.S. custody. Naphtali Cooper, Chief Immigration Officer in Grand Bahama, says that due to maritime laws between the United States and the Bahamas, the facilitators of the crime must stay in the U.S. while the migrants return to where they were landed. In this case, for the Chinese migrants, it was here in the Bahamas.
They were intercepted in U.S. waters. They were the facilitators of the smuggling operation. The U.S. they take that very seriously. They will prosecute them in the U.S. Now, once the persons have, between our maritime laws between the United States and the Bahamas, dictates that once persons is proven that they were landed in the Bahamas, then what happens is that they would be sent back here to be sent back to wherever they came from. But it have to be proven in their passports that they were admitted in the Bahamas, which we have already discovered that is the case.
Now, Romiko, the migrants will be taken to the nation's capital for further processing. As for the remaining 2 Bahamians out of the 5 in U.S. custody, there is no updated information on whether or not they will be charged in this ordeal. Romiko. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Thanks so much for that report, Shalia. Well, a $357 million dispute between the government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority heads to a closed-door arbitration hearing on Monday, September 8th in Nassau. The high-stakes case, rooted in a decades-old clause of the Hawksbill Creek Agreement, could reshape Freeport's future, its governance, and its economy. More details in this report. Freeport's future is now in the hands of an arbitration panel as the government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority square off over a $357 million dispute. The high-stakes hearings begin Monday, September 8th at a private location in Nassau. No media or public access is allowed. At the center of the case is a claim that the Port Authority owes the government for public spending in Freeport that exceeds tax revenues collected in the city. The battle dates back to 2023 when the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, accused the Port Authority of failing to live up to its responsibilities under the Hawksbill Creek Agreement, the treaty that created Freeport nearly 70 years ago. In 2024, the Prime Minister called the GBPA's actions intolerable, noting that the Port Authority has failed to reimburse the government for costs incurred, adding that the government has every right to demand a payment and, if necessary, will proceed with arbitration. In April of 2024, the Davis administration delivered a formal demand letter warning that arbitration would follow if the Port Authority didn't pay. Now that arbitration is finally here. A 3-person panel is presiding over the matter. No timeline has been given for a verdict, but the decision could reshape Freeport's governance, economy, and the future of its 3,000-plus licensees. Additionally, the financial stakes keep climbing. Government budgets call for $75 million in annual billings, raising the claim to over $432 million. That clause at the heart of the case was written in 1955 and last updated in 1960. 1960, when Freeport was still in its infancy. Critics say it doesn't reflect today's taxes or revenue streams, like VAT and departure fees. From Freeport's beginnings under the Hawkesbury Creek Agreement to a multi-million-dollar showdown 6 decades later, this arbitration could redefine the future of Grand Bahama's economy. Well, after some delays, the Minister for Grand Bahama says the Afro-Caribbean marketplace is moving forward. Following lengthy negotiations, the government has secured property from 13 owners while resolving years of unpaid service charges and is now preparing to take the project into its next phase. Here is Shalia Roll with that report.
In just a few short years, these buildings behind me will become a hub for Afro-Caribbean trade between the Caribbean and the United States. The Minister for Grand Bahama is now explaining that the initiative is steadily advancing, noting that the government has already secured the property from 13 separate owners, a key milestone after years of negotiations.
We are in the feasibility study phase of it. We've already done the architectural designs for it. And so we are now expecting that within 3 years that the marketplace will be finished.
The Afro-Caribbean marketplace is envisioned as a central hub for redistribution, linking 55 African nations, 16 islands of the Bahamas, and 20 Caribbean countries with markets in the Americas. The Minister for Grand Bahama says that the road hasn't been easy to acquire the properties, but there has been a lot done to assure the vision becomes reality.
And we went through all the process. We got the cabinet approval. We got our appraisal done. And so that's where we are with that. That's dealing with the AG's office and the property owners. And then also on the Harcourt side, dealing with the acquisition of that. But it's all budgeted for and ready to be closed.
The minister emphasizing that once the marketplace is completed, it will not only create a new platform for trade, but also address long-standing legacy issues in Grand Bahama by spurring economic growth, investment, and job opportunities. But for now, the main struggle is the owners of the bazaar and Harcourt being in debt with the Grand Bahama Port Authority with years of service charges. Here's how the Port Authority is assisting.
Now agreed to write off some of that outstanding amounts that were due from Harcourt and from the bazaar owners.
According to the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Afro-Mexican Bank is a key sponsor for the project, adding that the government and the bank is in consistent communication. The next step for the completion of the project is now on the horizon.
We're going to open the road, and then we're going to start to work on the building of the Afro-Caribbean marketplace.
Moxie says expectations remain high that the Afro-Caribbean marketplace will position Grand Bahama as a strategic connector between Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider Americas in the years ahead.
Expect not just for people to visit it who are already here through the cruise ports, but people are going to come here to get a taste of what these countries have to offer, and then perhaps decide that they're going to visit the countries.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Switching gears now, when fear held her captive, faith kept her anchored. 6 years after the devastating Hurricane Dorian, Vivian McIntosh pens her pain into purpose with her book, Anchored, Faith That Held On in the Flood. More details in this report.
Through tears, prayers, and divine intervention.
A Freetown resident in East Grand Bahama is grateful to be alive after facing 185-mile-per-hour winds and dangerous storm surge during Hurricane Dorian. The darkest night, angry winds. Those are the words Vivian McIntosh uses to describe the torment she and her family endured during the deadly storm.
It was darker than dark. It was pitch black. In that room, it was pitch black, and hearing the winds on the outside, it was scary, and the only thing you're thinking is, I'm not going to survive this.
Vivian, her father, and her cousin strategized on how they would get through the storm.
We're expecting a lot of water, I said, based on what they projected. I said, look in the house and find a high place so when the water starts, you can go to your high place.
Sadly, though he fought to hold on, the treacherous storm claimed the life of her cousin. But despite her heart-wrenching experience, Vivian's faith never wavered.
Death and life is in the power of the tongue. And so even though I felt like I would not have survived, I never spoke death. I never spoke defeat. I said I will live.
The experience swelled in Vivian's heart, and 6 years later, she is moved to write her story in a book titled Anchored, Faith That Held On in the Flood.
It took God 6 years or that amount of time. He allowed me to be processed for that amount of time, because if I had written that book and recounted my experience prior, it would have been all about me, what I did. But 6 years later, as I sat and I recounted that experience, I realized it had nothing to do with me. It was all God.
You can find Vivian's book, Anchored, Faith That Held On in the Flood, on Amazon, or you can reach out to her directly on Facebook.
And still to come.
Boys' Brigade members gather for their annual national conclave. That story, sports, and more when we return.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
In celebration of 70 years of the city of Freeport, the Grand Bahama Port Authority presents the City Rush, a community Junkanoo rush out, October 11, 2025. Stay tuned to social media for more details. The snack place has the best variety at the best prices, from chips, cookies, and candies to $2 snack bags packed with goodies. Find them in the Sunset Commercial Plaza next to the bicycle shop in Caravelle Beach. They're open from Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Members of the Boys' Brigade from across the country came together this week for their annual national conclave held at First Baptist Church of God. The gathering focused on strengthening the organization, with national leaders encouraging greater involvement and forward planning. Jolanda Thompson-Everest has the details in this report.
The Boys Brigade Bahamas National Council held its annual conclave at First Baptist Church, bringing members from across the country together to share updates, discuss improvements, and outline future plans. This year's gathering also saw the attendance of National President Captain Darius Seeley, who highlights the importance of being present and engaged in the organization's work.
As national president, I want to be in touch with all of my members all across the Bahamas. And of course, if you know the object of the Boys Brigade, it is to advance Christ's kingdom among boys and to promote habits of obedience, reverence, discipline, self-respect, and all that tends toward a true Christian manliness.
Lieutenant Robert Rose Jr., chairman of the Grand Bahama Battalion of the Boys Brigade, sharing what tonight's meeting would look like as he joins with national members.
This is to find out what every company is doing so we can learn from each other to see where any pitfalls, where a company might be striving or a company might be failing, and to give. It's just a good help, then it's a brotherhood. So you might only get to hear them on the phone, but now you get to actually see them.
Guest speaker, President of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, Dylan Knowles, speaking on the importance of service and how it helps to build stronger communities.
The old adage that it takes a village is very true, and service clubs, especially those who are focused on the male population, because there's lots of service clubs that focus on the female population, but those that focus on the male population are essential to helping to develop productive individuals who have contributing to the society that we live in on a daily basis.
29th company member Liam Bethel sharing his enjoyment and positive experiences being a part of the club.
I get to travel, new experiences, and really experience what it's like to be like a man. And Boys Brigade really opened my eyes to the Christian side of things, because me growing up, I never really was, even though I grew up in church, I never really was open to what God actually meant and believing in the gospel.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson, Everest.
Well, just before students returned to the classroom, the Royal Bahamas Police Force hosted their annual back-to-school giveaway on the grounds of Urban Renewal's Center Division located in Lewis Yard. Returning students were treated to a day of fun and free giveaways of school supplies. The officer in charge of Urban Renewal and School Resources, Cordell Capron, and Deputy Director of Urban Renewal, Senator Kirkland Russell, say it's all about sending the students back to class with a high morale while helping residents of the Lewis Yard community.
And we are now into our third year, and we are grateful to our corporate sponsors and our entities that assist us with this venture, that we can reach persons in the outlying settlements such as this, because our commissioner's mandate is that we take our efforts to the people.
This is a holistic event, and I am proud of the work that the police, our partners, Pride of Grand Bahama 7, Alive is doing here today for the residents of these communities. This is exactly when former Prime Minister Christie talked about bringing the government to the people. This is what it's all about.
Alive and Pride of Grand Bahama Lodge number 7 also lending a helping hand, saying it's at their core duties to assist communities in every way possible.
It's our duty as Masons to make sure the kids are prepared, confident to go on back to school, and our duty is to help the community in much ways as possible. So it's a pleasure to be here, and we can do our best to make sure the kids go back to school confident.
We're really proud and excited about this partnership. One of our tenets and values, core values of the Cable Bahamas Company is community sponsorship, and so we want to really make sure that we're part of the communities that we serve.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, what's happening in sports?
Well, flag football nationals will be held this weekend in New Providence, Jamaica, and we're sending the ladies team and the men's team, hoping one of the teams come back with a trophy, maybe both. Never know.
Both. Hey, speaking of football, it starts tonight. Let's get to that. That's all the way. That's coming your way next after the break.
Here at Island Bedding, we provide Bahamians a local option for factory direct quality sleep products. We have also expanded to include a range of furniture and home accessories. Check out our new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe. Located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinarian.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Strength isn't claimed, it's built. At Heroic Concrete, every block is made with purpose, crafted to protect, poured to endure. From ready-mix to premium 8-inch blocks, we supply the strength our nation needs. Proudly made in Grand Bahama, built for hurricanes, built for legacy. Creating products to bring value to our lives and strength to our future. Call 820-4376 or email sales@heroicgrouplimited.com.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. Top in Sports. Flag Football Nationals is scheduled for this Saturday in New Providence. After winning the Grand Bahama Flag Football Women's Championship last month, Overtime Elite now has their eyes set on bringing the title back to Grand Bahama.
This team, we've been together now 4 years. We've added on 1 or 2 new pieces during the course of the 4 years. Our first year together, we won a championship. After that, we lost 2 and came back and won this one. So I think we're hungry. I think our team here now is better than the team we had when we won our first championship. So I'm just looking for us to go and execute. Once we execute, we'll bring the victory back home. We just have to match their physicality. You know, we can't go there slunking. We can't let them take or get the first hit. We got to deliver the same hit and just as powerful or more powerful, and it's easy to take them off that game. I'm not worried about them being physical, and we just need to be prepared. Once we're there mentally, it'll be a great game.
I think we come in with something to show them. Once we reach on Friday, settle in and let's play. The practice over the past couple of weeks been a little rocky, but now everybody locking in and getting prepared for our trip.
Next in sports, the World Track and Field Championships is slated to begin next week Saturday in Tokyo, Japan for Team Bahamas. The Bahamas recently named its 15-member team that will travel to Japan to represent the 242. Grand Bahamian Terrence Jones will be the first to hit the track on Saturday, lining up in the men's 100-meter preliminaries in the morning session. Anthea Shelton is also expected to compete on day 1 in the evening session in the women's long jump. The complete schedule will be made available for Team Bahamas early next week. And last in sports, 6'5" junior wide receiver Prince Strong and his USC Trojans will be back in action this Saturday at home again versus Georgia State University. The Trojans is coming off a 73-13 season opener win versus Missouri State, where Prince had 1 reception for 25 yards in that victory. And that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Doctors Hospitals reimagine primary care. We have invested to improve our health system, ensuring that accessible, affordable, world-class clinical care is closer to you. Your relationship with a primary care provider shapes the foundation of your overall health. Our new, modern primary care facilities are where critical diagnosis and true personalized treatment begin. With locations in Freeport and 8 Mile Rock, we invite you to experience the Doctors Hospital difference. Book your next appointment at clinics.doctorshos.com.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Laura Welke, and I'm the founding campus dean and a professor here at Western Atlantic University School of Medicine, otherwise known as WASM, in Freeport, Grand Bahama. We opened our doors in January 2022, and what we offer here is for aspiring physicians or those interested in becoming a medical doctor. We welcome you to come check us out, visit us. What I think makes WASM truly special is we offer individualized support for all of our students, small class sizes, and a truly welcoming, really collegial, collaborative learning environment. Check us out on our website at wasm.education.
Get a jump on your health and fitness goals with the Fitness Connections Transformation Challenge. We've already helped hundreds of people get closer to their health and fitness goals and achieve awesome results like you see here. You can scan the QR code to find out more. But let me tell you what all comes with the challenge. One, you get 20% off coupons to the Fitness Connection every 2 weeks. You get coaching calls with us on Zoom. You get accountability, us checking in on you. And you also get the chance to win $1,000 and other prizes if you are the winner. So what do you have to lose? $50, you can have a chance to win $1,000 and get the body of your dreams. So scan the code now, sign up. We're here to help you.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
I'm Jay Philippe. Dallas or Philippe tonight? Who you got?
None of them. Not a one.
The Dolphins go 16-0 this year?
I hope so. Well, that's going to do it for us here in the North. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight, coming your way next.
I'm Desmond Saunders. I want you to tune in to the new Weekend Edition, Saturdays and Sundays at 7 p.m., where we have a whole lot of new stuff for you. All right, so I'll give you a sneak preview. Boldly Bahamians, Sizzle Saturdays, Parliamentary Bench, just to name a few. So buckle up and get ready for the ride. Coming this fall, the new Weekend Edition. Stay close.
Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
What's trending in business? Who's making major money moves? And how's it shaping your future? This is Economics, your front row seat to the biggest stories in business, innovation, and finance. Powered by the Sand Dollar, the digital currency of the Central Bank of the Bahamas. It's fast, secure, Bahamian. We're breaking down the numbers, the news, and what it means to you. Tune in every Thursday at 6 p.m. for the trends, the insights, and the stories that matter. Get informed, get inspired, get in the mix with Economics.
I have been coming to this island since I was 12 years old. It didn't take me long to realize the rich history it has here. When I bought this island in 2018, I fulfilled a lifelong dream. The goal is not only to preserve the memories I made over those years, but to make new ones and to give others the opportunity to do the same. As we go through this process, it has become clear to me. We aren't just rebuilding an island, we're reviving a legend.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, hear how a U.S. visa policy shift for Haitian immigrants impacts the Bahamas and what the nation's leader has to say about it. Also, a visit to the morgue for another family here in the capital after gun violence snuffs the lives of another 2 men. And the Prime Minister says thank you as the first shovels hit the soil for a promised project for the Exumas. Listen in for what residents there stand to gain. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Major changes to the visa policy for Haitian nationals traveling to the United States, and the Bahamas is at the center of it. Tonight, the government clarifies its position and what it terms as minimal impact to the country as a result of it. Altavis Munnings joins us live in studio tonight with the details. Good evening, Altavis.
And good evening to you. The Office of the Prime Minister, in a statement late this evening, confirmed that the United States intends to push ahead with a policy issued this past June, fully restricting and limiting the entry of Haitian nationals into the country. Furthermore, the U.S. State Department has shifted its granting of Haitian visas to its embassy here in the capital. The Office of the Prime Minister confirming as much in a release this afternoon, but the Prime Minister seeking to allay fears of no additional entries to the Bahamas for U.S. visa applications, as the new U.S. visa policy shift fully restricts entry to the U.S. by Haitian nationals. It's also important to note that the government will not grant entry to the Bahamas for the purpose of applying for a U.S. visa. Now, the change comes as the U.S. State Department maintains a level 4 do not travel advisory for Haiti, warning of extreme danger amid persistent gang violence and political instability. Last month, Haiti's government also announced a 3-month state of emergency in several parts of that country as it battles surging gang violence. And law enforcement officials here at home continue to protect our borders from illegal migrants, particularly Haitians attempting to land here. Now, this is a developing story we will continue to follow. Reporting live in studio for the Bahamas tonight, I'm Altavis Munnings. Back to you.
Well, thanks, Alto. Meantime, the CARICOM Eminent Persons Group, the 3-member team charged with brokering discussions with Haitian stakeholders to assess that country's political climate, recently held what's being termed productive discussions on coordination of the OAS roadmap towards stability and peace in Haiti. Now, that meeting taking place at the OAS's Washington, D.C. headquarters last Wednesday. Among those sitting at the table, Haiti's Prime Minister Alex Didier Fils-Aimé, and of course, the EPG, which comprises former Prime Ministers Dr. Kenny Anthony and Right Honorable Perry Christie. Online reports indicating that the EPG team also attended the second meeting of the OAS Group of Friends of Haiti. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres declared in a recent briefing that Haiti's people are in a perfect storm of suffering. State authority is crumbling as gang violence engulfs Port-au-Prince and spreads beyond. Well, over in Jamaica, 53-year-old, the Most Honorable Dr. Andrew Michael Holness has secured an historic 3rd term as Jamaica's Prime Minister. In a nail-biting general election against the opposition People's National Party, Holness' Jamaica Labour Party won 34 parliamentary seats, while the PNP secured 29. In his victory speech at the JLP's Belmont House headquarters in Kingston, Prime Minister-elect Holness accepted the election campaign was tough, but in the end, Jamaica won.
I am satisfied that our democracy is strong. But I wish to assure all Jamaicans who participated in the elections or who did not participate in the election that my government will continue to be respectful of, uphold and advance democratic institutions and protect the democracy of this country.
Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, among the regional leaders congratulating Jamaica's Prime Minister on his rare 3rd term in office. The Prime Minister telling reporters in Exuma today that he's looking forward to deepening their partnership with CARICOM for the region's benefit. As for whether he believes regional incumbents will continue on a winning trend, he said this.
Well, you know, it is encouraging to see that incumbents are now remaining and retaining their position. And I hope the trend, not hope, but I think the trend will continue.
While elevating his platform as a global climate change champion, Prime Minister Davis addressed UK's Parliament today on climate leadership, nature finance and global partnerships. While highlighting the Bahamas' vulnerability to climate change, Prime Minister Davis also touted how his country's vast meadows of seagrass are among the most powerful carbon sinks in the world, capable of storing up to 35 times more carbon than tropical rainforest. Something he considers as a formidable solution in fighting climate change. He says this is why the Bahamas is partnering with the UK's convening power and the City of London's financial expertise to generate the innovative finance models we need.
Article 6.2 cooperation, blended finance vehicles, and high-integrity carbon markets can transform the way we safeguard these ecosystems, ensuring they are protected not just as natural treasures, but as assets of global importance. By demonstrating these models in the Bahamas, alongside our friends in Bolivia and other partner nations, we can prove to the world that climate and nature finance is not an abstract concept. It is real, it is investable, and it delivers resilience and prosperity for both people and nature.
A pretty busy day for the Prime Minister, who also served as a distinguished speaker at a Palm Beach Chamber of Commerce breakfast series promoting investment opportunities here in the Bahamas. And he did so by inviting participants to look beyond the postcard views of the Bahamas and see it as a place to innovate, expand, and build legacies. After all, the country boasts of a long-standing reputation as a respected global financial services jurisdiction, coupled with having an ambitious national digital strategy. Then there's the logistics. For Palm Beach business leaders, the Prime Minister says the Bahamas is not a distant frontier, but its closest neighbor that's stable, ambitious, and ready to partner. And speaking of investments, an historic moment for the $200 million Integra Rosewood development on Sampson Key in the Exumas. Today, the project held a groundbreaking ceremony at the site where it intends to create a luxury resort. The development promises employment and entrepreneurial opportunities, as well as a commitment to sustainability. This project has been met by fierce opposition from local environmental and marine advocacy groups concerned about the development's potential adverse impact on the Exuma Keys marine system. However, today, Prime Minister Philip Davis giving the project the government's blessings and saying to those opposed, it's time to move on. Prime Minister Davis and DPM Chester Cooper and other senior administration officials among those attending this afternoon ceremony. Our Corval Pyfrom is there and will bring us more in a later report. Coming up, the homicide count increases by 2. That and more when the national report continues.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
The last eclipse of our galaxy. Scientists are gathered here today to witness this extraordinary event. Simply marvelous, extraordinary, unforgettable, one of a kind. Oh man, that's amazing.
You can't ignore the craving that makes everything crunch. The new crispy barbecue bacon sandwich with barbecue sauce, cheddar, bacon, crispy onions, and an extra large chicken fillet. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing no matter what.
Make your company representative stand out through an embroidery design on your uniforms from Janae's Uniform Center, Chesapeake Road. Janae's utilizes the latest state-of-the-art embroidery technology to monogram large and small quantities of shirts, caps, bags, and other articles. If you don't already have a digitized logo, Janae's can design and digitize your idea and bring it to life. Then install the logo of your choice from their large selections of 27 stock colors of golf shirts in cotton or dry fit, caps, or workwear. Call 394-8385 or 6 or visit www.janaes.com.
Wait, where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special plate.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
You're looking at a shot of Nassau Christian schools on Soldier and Old Trail Roads. NCS are part of the Bahamas Association of Independent Secondary Schools. That shot courtesy of our drone pilot, Kyson Miller. Welcome back. In the dead of the night, residents of Johnson Alley left the comfort of their homes as deep pangs of anguish gripped relatives who sobbed uncontrollably, calling out for a higher power for solace. Behind the pain and agony, the lifeless bodies of two men. For the details, we turn now to our Diane Dorset.
Cramming the tight corner of Johnson Alley last night was a crime scene investigation van, a police saturation patrol vehicle, and a hearse. All telltale signs that the week-long lull here in the capital had ended, following news of a double homicide off Wolf Road.
When officers responded to shot-spotter technology, they discovered two males in a residence with apparent gunshot wounds about the body. What we have learned thus far in our preliminary investigation is that the suspect males were masked, entered the residence, opened fire on the two victims, fatally wounding them. The victims, one is in his early 30s, the other is in his early 40s.
Police Press Liaison Chief Superintendent Sheree King also confirming that one of the victims, a father and resident of the home, was being electronically monitored. Still, they could not say in connection with what charge.
We are in our preliminary stages of the investigation, so we can't speak to whether or not it's connected to any other matters at this time. We are asking, as we have been asking the public to assist us in matters such as these, that if you have any information, no matter how small it is, to contact us at our regular numbers, 919, 911, or CID at 502-9991. You can also give us this information anonymously at Crime Tipsters at 328-8477.
This latest tragedy brings the murder count to 60. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorset.
Well, as the country's homicide count hits 60, the National Security Minister is tonight appealing to the public. He says, any action to intervene in the lives of wayward youth can make a difference. Cleopatra Murphy has that angle.
Be aware of who you are associating with, and please do assist the police. It may be a matter of life and death for you.
That warning coming from Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro, comes after police reported that one of the victims in the double murder on Johnson Alley Wednesday night wore an ankle monitor, a man Munro says went by the nickname Horny Man. The incident prompting Munro to urge the public to be a part of the solution to crime, and when you see something, say something.
I saw a troubling brief from the police where a young man presented at the hospital with a gunshot wound. The police attended to question him, and he told them he doesn't need their help, that they will see him again, and he will be locked up.
The double murder comes days after Dirty South gang leader Duran Monster Neely was gunned down. While a different circumstance, Munro says this latest incident is equally troubling.
As a country, we have limited resources, and the most limited resource we have are our people. So anytime any person is murdered, that is a matter of national importance.
He says barring intervention, every individual has the potential to be a future problem, as they will be around your children. Wednesday's homicides also follow a mass shooting on Robinson Road weeks ago that claimed 2 lives and left 5 others injured. In the case of the latest murders, police say the perpetrators forced their way into a residence.
We have had this deterioration, but again, rather than sit down and spectate on it, these young people who we see going around doing it, and they now range from the age of 15 up. They grew up amongst us.
After the outrage, Monroe says become active and do what it takes to prevent young men from entering a life of crime, because if not, gangs will wait. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, last night's murder is not the only incident under investigation. Not too far down the road from the 2 shootings and not long before came a sizable drug bust off Wolf Road. Armed with a warrant, a team of officers searched a business and bushes near Talbot Street around 8:30 p.m. and spotted a man acting suspiciously. This prompted police to conduct a search. Doing so, they found a small amount of marijuana, which led to the suspect's arrest. Now, later on, officers accompanied the man to his penny savings bank Lane home, and that's where they found 7.3 pounds of marijuana, clocking in a street value of $14,000, along with 11.8 pounds of cocaine at an estimated $110,000. Well, Minister Monroe also today commenting on why no one has been charged under the Anti-Gang Act since its passing. He says police have requested that a particular statute related to anonymity of witnesses be amended, as it covers murder as an offense, but not specifically gang activity. Monroe goes further to stress that prosecution should not be rushed, as individuals will get lawyers who will defend them fiercely.
I assume that that lawyer will be at least as smart as I am and will look at the legislation, will look at the facts and evidence, and will advise their client and will fearlessly defend their client. The members of the Bahamas Bar will do that. So it is pointless to rush to do something unless you have faith that you have the evidence to satisfy the legal requirements.
He adds that the F&M government rushed to charge someone under the anti-gang legislation and prosecutors failed.
I am satisfied that the anti-gang and gun unit of the Royal Bahamas Police Force is being methodical and diligent in their pursuit of this matter. They have in fact gone to have international training, I think it's 3 times since we passed the act. We're not reinventing the wheel. This has happened elsewhere. We want to be successful. We don't just want to do something to say we've done something.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
It's me, Wednesday Adams. Your life just took a dark turn. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmarish dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
Bahamas' biggest night this November 1st. Join Alliance Promotions, YBE Promotions, Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, and Bahamas Air as they present the Fall in Love 90s R&B Concert Series at the National Stadium Ground, performing for the first time. Tyrese comes to Bahamas to deliver an unforgettable performance. Also performing R&B sensation Uncle Sam. Get ready for Deborah Cox. The Fall in Love 90s R&B Concert Series, Saturday, November 1st at the National Stadium Ground, Nassau. Tyrese, Uncle Sam, and Deborah Cox. Advance tickets are available now at all Cash and Go locations. Or log on to cashandgobahamas.com for info. Call 242-427-8111 or call 242-357-0116. Be there.
Are you straight?
Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on a live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Hurricane Dorian's sting still felt by Abaconians some 6 years later. In this next report, LaDon Davis caught up with pastor and community leader Silbert Mills to get more insight on the island's post-economic recovery efforts.
32 churches in central Abaco were either lost, damaged, or destroyed. To date, 31 of those churches have rebuilt.
It's one of many positive signs that the island of Abaco is on the road to recovery 6 years after Hurricane Dorian left that vibrant community in shambles. Prominent community figure and radio personality Pastor Silbert Mills says he's relieved to see that a community he calls home is now back on its feet.
We have tropical shipping with a new depot where they have freight and a terminal. Banks have returned. We have churches that have rebuilt. We have new hardware stores that didn't exist before Dorian. KFC did not return, but that's dictated by and large by demographics. Baker's Bay rebuilt the damaged homes there, which continue to provide tremendous amount of construction jobs.
Mills says there are even new businesses opening on the island.
Roads need to be properly built. BPL needs to be upgraded where they have adequate supplies. Now, water and sewage has improved. We will give them a feather for that. The airport terminal, that needs to be properly managed and cared for. And you cannot have mobile homes out there with people living at the airport in the restricted area. Still today, you have people living on the airport ramp in mobile home. Housing continues to be a major challenge for us.
Pastor Mills says he's hoping that one day more funds are pumped into meeting the needs of Abaco so that the island can get back to its heydays. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDon Davis.
Well, thanks, LaDon. We're going to rely heavily on Marlena right now to give us some more upbeat news, and we expect it to come in Access Now.
Well, we've got a couple of things coming up. We've still got that back-to-school fever with us. So we have the principal of Aquinas College, and then we've also got a Christian designer who's going to be showing us some of her T-shirt designs and why it's important to rep Christianity in your clothing as well.
See? Come through, Marlena. Come through. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report continues after this.
Diet-friendly special.
During Little Caesars Carnival of Specialties, you're gonna want to try everything. Like wearing a Balloon Man costume?
Or turning into a tuba?
No! Like trying all the varieties from the Carnival of Specialties at a special price for a limited time, only at Little Caesar.
For just $13 VAT inclusive, get it now at Little Caesars, Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Charles Saunders Highway, and Prince Charles in the One East Plaza.
Pizza.
Students of C.I. Gibson Senior and Claridge Primary treated to a back-to-school breakfast from their area MP. Marathon representative, the Honorable Lisa Ramming, took time out to greet as many students as possible on the first day of the 2025-2026 academic year, sharing encouraging words, smiles, and even hugs. She also served up a hot complimentary breakfast of flavored pancakes, grilled sausages, juice, and water to ensure they had a healthy and hearty start to the day. The PLP MP says oftentimes we don't realize what students are going through on the first day of school, especially those entering a new school for the very first time. Well, we're going to keep the cuteness going with this.
So I can tell you, transitioning from junior school to senior school, there is a total difference. However, it's important on the teachers, faculty, staff, even as a representative for the community and as a parent, that we must prepare our students properly to be able to transition to a new era of their life. And for the students who are just joining the school today, this is a new era into high school. And so we want them to feel safe. We want them to know that everything's going to be okay. And we want them to know that they get all the support that they can possibly have. We have the police. We have the principals. We have our crossing guards. We have the security. Everything you need just in one place is here for them.
And that does it for the National Report. But do you recognize any of these faces?
A new era is dawning in Grand Bahama. An opportunity, it's knocking louder than ever. Introducing Tract B, Bahama Reef Yacht and Country Club, Unit 1. A prime corner commercial property, footsteps from the Port Lakaya Marketplace, crystal clear waters and white sandy beaches. This expansive 4.8-acre tract is zoned for commercial and multi-use development. Envision a thriving restaurant, a boutique hotel, or an entertainment hub unique to your vision come to life. You can live, work, play, and learn in paradise when you seize this rare opportunity today. Collaborate with DEFCO and let's shape the future of Grand Bahama Island together.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
Anita Colley-Verdesia, the visionary owner of Silver Hill Island Company, has become a name synonymous with innovative cascarilla bark-based product. From humble beginnings to international markets, her story is a testament to passion, dedication, and ingenuity.
15 years ago, I came back to live in Acklands. I went to Crooked Island with some friends, and they were making a pot of tea. There was this big pot on the stove, and everything was dark and gooey with a lot of the same fish I have here and more. And I asked them to taste it, and they wouldn't allow me to because they were all men. But after I pressured them, they gave me a little bit, and I drank it. It was very potent. And I came back here, and I started to investigate the different plants that they had in it. And from there came my business.
She shared the wide range of products offered by Silver Hill Island Company, which includes spices, natural remedies, and unique culinary ingredients that have captured the imagination of food enthusiasts and health-conscious consumers alike.
I make a cascarilla tea. This is the cascarilla tea here. These are 15 tea filters in here as well. And then we got into, a year ago, we started to export the cascarilla bark, the dry bark. From the cascarilla, I do the soaps. I do something here. That is the hydrosol. When we extract the essential oil from the cascarilla over here, which we're doing now, and we're extracting some, for the festival, we have a gentleman from Jamaica who is a perfumer. He's coming to teach us how to make various products using this essential oil here, the cascarilla oil.
Vedacia also exports the bark to countries like Italy and also ventured into creating seasonings from Ackland's natural salt. She also expresses her excitement and pride at seeing her creations on the shelves of food stores across the country and in international markets.
It makes me feel really good because, like, the other day, when I walked into Super Value and I saw that the shelf was empty, and my assistant, my daughter, she said, "Mom, we have to get back in here. We have to get the products on the shelf." And we had one of the stores, they called. A client was asking for the turkey brine. So we got to put that in there. So it makes me feel good to know that I am helping in my small way.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
So roll out the red carpet because school is in at Doris Johnson High, and details are straight ahead. And September is World Alzheimer's Month. Let's see what the activities are. Plus, the Red Cross rakes in a whopping $130,000 from its fair. Stay close for that. And coming up in sports, John Quell and the Liberty clinch a WNBA playoff spot.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
Good evening, I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now. Tonight, we start our show with a very special guest, the principal of Aquinas College, Shauna Moss-Knowles. Welcome to Access Now.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start with a question I think a lot of people wonder when they talk to educators. Why did you become an educator? What was the draw for you?
It was the inspiration from the Lord.
Really?
In high school, I wanted to be a lawyer, but I felt a tugging on my heart that somewhere along the line I would teach. So I thought to get my teaching certificate when I studied for my degree in history, thinking I would teach at the law school.
Right.
However, I came home and I did my student teaching at Aquinas College, and I literally fell in love.
Oh, amazing.
With teaching.
How long have you been involved in education now, and what are some of the changes over the years that you've liked?
I've been in education for 42 years, right at Aquinas College.
So you just got in there and you're like, this is the place.
I fell in love with teaching, and I fell in love with Aquinas.
So you're perfect fit for principal.
Thank you. I've seen a number of changes over the years, very positive changes at Aquinas. Now we have students who are competing worldwide, students who are very, very involved in community activities, students who look forward to tertiary education. That was not always that way when I first came to Aquinas back in 1983.
That's definitely a positive shift for sure.
Oh, definitely.
So what can people expect? What's new at Aquinas this school year?
This school year, nothing new in particular. We're just continuing to enhance the programs that we have. I like to brag and boast and say that Aquinas is the only private high school that has an integrated technical and vocational program.
And we've been hearing a lot about that recently.
Yes, and we dispelled the myth that those programs are for students who are not academically capable.
Right, because that
definitely was a stigma. They are integrated in our academic programs. Also at Aquinas, we pay a lot of attention to our male students, and we are very, very proud of the accomplishments of our male students. For example, the graduating class in June, there were 35 young men.
Wow.
26 graduated on the honor roll.
Wow, that's
also,
quite the rate.
we had 48 students who sat various AP subjects, and we ended up with 4 AP scholars, 5 of whom were males.
Wow.
And so we place a lot of emphasis on our male students because we want them to be strong, we want them to be good Christian young men, and we want them to be good citizens.
And good examples for others.
Definitely.
Now, I have to ask you the magic question before I let you go. How were the first few days of the new school year at Aquinas?
Excellent, excellent. The expectations have been set. Students and staff understand and know the expectations, and they know the culture of Aquinas College.
They're ready to meet the challenge.
And they know we will expect nothing less.
Amazing. Shauna Moss-Knowles, thank you so much for joining us tonight and wishing you all the best in the school year of 2025.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And with that, it's time for us to dive right into the news. It was nothing short of a celebration at Doris Johnson Senior High School as students returned for their first day of classes. From a red carpet entrance to a photo booth, Vice Principal Laquelle Johnson explained that today's students are growing up in a new era, and it's important to merge their world with the world of learning.
We are with a different generation, Generation Z. So it's not like when we were back in school. So they're interested in the social media and the bubbles and the red carpet. And it was just about inspiring and creating school spirit at the school. Because we know that once the children love coming to school, they're going to increase in grades, go to class, and our principal had free breakfast this morning, that all of it was strategic and intentional.
Our students have been performing excellently. We have a number of subjects where we rose so much in the BGCSE and our BJC, as well as our internal exams. So we thought that it would be fitting to have sort of a student appreciation day.
This grand welcome was also a well-deserved treat. He highlighted that students have been excelling academically and wanted them to know just how much their hard work is appreciated.
I want them to understand that we care about them. We care about their development. It's not just about academics, it's a holistic approach that we apply here at Doris Johnson, because you need them to look good, to be dress code compliant. We need them to be mentally on the right track, and then academically and spiritually.
In honor of World Alzheimer's Month, the Bahamas Alzheimer's Association is hosting its annual J. Henry Bostwick Fun Walk Run. Chair of the event, Deidre Clark, shares the details.
Walk is on the 20th of September. It starts at 6 o'clock. We have registration at 5:30, and we will be walking from Montague Beach. That's where we're going to be set up. One Montague Beach to Armstrong Street and back. But we have a special walk for those with Alzheimer's, which is just around Montague Beach, and so that they can get a little exercise, they get out of the house, as well as the caregiver can also get an opportunity to walk. The Fun Run Walk has been happening for the last 4 years, I think, and we use this as a means of getting persons to participate and at the same time bring awareness to Alzheimer's disease.
And festivities continue on the 21st of September for World Alzheimer's Day.
Starting with a church service at Christ the King on that particular day at 10 o'clock. So if you want to, you can come and join us at Christ the King and wear your purple, of course. And that evening at 6:30, we're having a candlelight vigil. We're encouraging you to come down on at all of our events, but at the vigil, because it's going to be really nice. We want to paint Rawson Square purple.
$130,000 is the total amount raised from the Bahamas Red Cross Fair held in March of this year. Chairman Edison Sumner says even though the target was $150,000, he hopes that future social events throughout the rest of the year will help generate more funding.
We raised in excess of $130,000 from the fair. We are planning for our ball, which happens again in January. I'm pleased to say that our last ball, we raised in excess of $320,000 from that event. We have our summer grill that we just held several weeks ago. We have the raffle that's coming up in November. We have our tea party that's coming up in December. And these are all social events, but they're also being done with a purpose, and that is to draw as much resources as we can to the organization so that we can support our numerous programs that we run on a daily basis.
Faith and legacy taking center stage in Fox Hill Sunday afternoon as St. Paul's Baptist Church celebrates 155 years of ministry with a special anniversary service. Member of Parliament for Fox Hill, the Honourable Frederick Mitchell, addressing the audience for the celebratory service, congratulating church leadership and members for their role in the church's development.
I think you ought to be proud of the heritage which has been built here, the leadership of Reverend Bodie today as a successor to Reverend and Bishop J. Carl Raming, and him being the successor to Reverend Roca, and to all the other pastors who came before Reverend Roca. You are a successful beacon in this village for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and I thank you all for your support of me personally and for building up the common life of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Senior pastor of St. Paul's Baptist Church, Reverend George Bodie, says that he is honored to witness the transformation of the church since the beginning of his tenure and looks forward to growth in the future.
Our theme this year for this year is the year of repositioning in Christ. In other words, change. Position and things must change. We must change. Now, people like us don't like to change, but change is a must. And reposition is a must in this church, and change must take place. And so we're thinking about a lot of things that we put on the calendar we would like to change, and we're doing it slowly but surely.
Still to come, Aretha Newbold joins us here live in studio to showcase a very unique product, and our Basil Dean is coming up on the other side of the break with the reason why we have so much rain. So stay close.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
There's a place where every detail whispers elegance, where our art greets you at every corner, where flowers linger like a secret well kept, and your sweet dreams become your sanctuary. This isn't just an ordinary bed and breakfast. It's a name that says signature. The Bella Signature Restaurant and Suites. A taste of the Bahamian dream.
This September, you must remember that you save when you shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Seabass tuna, 5 ounces, 85 cents. Devon corned beef, 12 ounces, $2.59. Red apples, 2-pound bag, $3.89. Danish spare ribs, $2.39 per pound. Boneless chicken breast, $2.79 per pound. September is special, and so are the savings at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
It's time now for your Access Weather Forecast, and as usual, we'll get you started in the tropics, and we have an increase in moisture along the tropical belt, and that means we will see an increase in those tropical waves coming off the African coast, though things are getting very, very active, and there is a particular wave that we are keeping our eyes on. The showers and thunderstorms associated with it has become better organized over the last several hours, and now we're giving it a 90% chance that it will become a tropical depression, possibly a tropical storm within the next couple of days, and I'm looking at perhaps as early as tomorrow, we could see a tropical depression in the far eastern Atlantic, and we'll keep you posted on its development. And then close to home, we have that stalwart frontal boundary, which is now beginning to drift towards the south, and that will bring some heavy showers and thunderstorms again later on tonight, and then by tomorrow, it will start backing up as a warm front, and that will keep the showers in our area for the next several days. So a very wet and soggy weekend shaping up for us. And our boating forecast tonight through Saturday in the north northwestern islands, southwest winds 10 knots, wave heights 1 to 3 feet. Low tide, that will take place at 12:38 in the morning with a high tide at 6:28 tomorrow morning. And for the central and southeastern islands through Saturday, southeast to south winds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. Got to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Marlena.
Thanks, Basil. Well, we lost Giorgio Armani today at the age of 91. That's a major loss for the world of fashion. But tonight, we welcome a real trendsetter in the Christian fashion world. Aretha Newbold, welcome to Access Now.
Thank you so much for having me.
So you have some very unique designs here. Can you tell us what makes your designs different?
Well, our design is different because it caters to the believer who is a bit shy of evangelizing, but they can wear a T-shirt, and it's like an icebreaker, right? So it opens a conversation. So by wearing our T-shirt, now you become a gospel spreader of Jesus Christ.
You become the invitation.
Exactly.
So instead of having to go out there and broach a conversation, you can have someone come up and say, hey, I've noticed your shirt.
Your shirt,
Tell me
right?
about that. And so what made you come up with that concept?
Well, the reason why we came up with this concept was my husband, who's a pastor, God has given him a vision 25 years ago to preach the gospel, right? And, you know, with preaching the gospel or anywhere, you need to have funds. And so It's All Jesus came up, the concept of It's All Jesus came up, where we will sell our T-shirts to wear, to make funds, to fund our missions, or help any group that's evangelizing to have funds.
So, you know, it's fashion with a message, but also fashion with a cause.
Yes.
And so we're looking at all these designs here. Can you tell us, just give us an idea of like how long it takes to manufacture these? How do you come up with the designs themselves? Are you sitting there drawing them up by hand?
Well, for one, if you want a unique design, we ask you come up with your design. We will print it for you, and we'll have it made for you, and then we'll print it, right? For instance, we have our T-shirt that says, "Our greatest export is Jesus." Our greatest export is Jesus. And this is one of our famous shirts that we have a evangelist group that we meet every Sunday at the port, and one of our saying is that if you think you came for the sand, sun, and sea, but in the Bahamas we export Jesus. So our greatest export is Jesus.
And people love to say it's where God lives too, so that you're also getting a
exactly.
double experience on your vacation. Well, before we let you go, please let us know, where can we find this apparel, or if someone wants to get a hold of one of these shirts, how can they do that?
Okay, you can reach us on Facebook or our Instagram page, It's All Jesus, or you can call us at 818-7607.
Amazing. Aretha Newbold, thank you so much for joining us tonight. That's all we have for you, but it's the best, wishing you the best in your endeavors. I need to get one of these shirts for a couple of my aunts. I know they would absolutely love it. But as for us, it's time for us to check in with ZNS Total Sports to see what's on tap.
Uncle Jones or New York Liberty headed back to the playoffs. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Dum dum dong. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Dum dum dong. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Welcome to your Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports despite losing 4 of their last 6 games and 6 of their last 9. Miami basketball star Jonquel Jones from New York Liberty are heading back to the playoffs. Defending WNBA champions back their way into the playoffs on Tuesday, despite losing to the Golden State Valkyries 66-58 at the Chase Center in San Francisco. It was their 5th straight loss on the road, wherever they did again clinch a playoff spot when the Indiana Fever fell to the Phoenix Mercury 86-79. With 3 games remaining on their schedule, the Liberty can finish no worse than 8th, and the top 8 teams advance to the playoffs in the WNBA. They're currently 5th in the standings with a 24-17 win-loss record and face the Seattle Storm, Washington Mystics, and Chicago Sky in their final 3 games. In track news, with the World Athletics Championships roughly over a week away, a number of athletes have already started to settle in Tokyo just ahead of competition. While the Bahamas boasts a 15-person roster, notably absent are 2 of the biggest names in track and field, Shawnee Miller-Weibo and Stephen Gardner. San Antonio sports team recently sat down with B3A's president, Trimiko Archer, to discuss the expectations of the squad heading into the championships.
We always look for it as a Bahamian group. We always look forward to great competition from our team. I expect nothing different. Obviously, to manage the expectations of everyone, we know that Shawnee Miller-Weibo will not be attending these games. Neither would Stephen Gardner be there. See the new stars of the Carifta movement emerging as the senior athletes representing Team Bahamas at the senior level. Tokyo will be the epic beginning of our track and field, a new chapter in track and field for us. The athletes are expected to do very well. Will they medal? I think that some have the potential of medaling, but don't expect that there will be this large haul. What you will find is that there'll be a new footing where athletes are going to be gaining their presence in the international sphere in the world of athletics.
That's one look at your sports on this Thursday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk a catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
You're looking at a shot of the Thelma Gibson Primary School in Eastern New Providence. Excellent work there by our drone pilot, Kyson Miller. And we're still on back to school fever, so I think we're due for another trip to my home island of Grand Bahama. Let's go. Knowles is making the second city proud. The Grand Bahama native has been named the 2025 winner of the prestigious Carlton Williams Caribbean Bottling Company Scholarship. A former deputy head boy at Hugh W. Campbell Primary and Student of the Year finalist, Amari says the award shows that with hard work, anything is possible. The scholarship will fully cover his tuition as he begins high school at St. Paul's Methodist College. And since 2016, this life-changing award has supported 10 Bahamian families, giving top 6th graders from New Providence and Grand Bahama a shot at academic excellence. So what can bring us lots of sunshine even when torrential rains are outside? Social media, that's what. So let's turn things over to our Matea Cunningham with Let's Talk Socials.
Back to school season isn't just for primary and high school students. College life is back in full swing too. The University of the Bahamas' Office of Student Engagement recently released a TikTok video titled Welcome Back Mingos, highlighting the energy and excitement of the first week of classes. The video showcased students settling into campus along with a number of activities designed to help them connect, get involved, and truly embrace university life. Take a look.
Hey, it's a good day to be. Anybody if your name is me. Shout it from the rooftop shamelessly. I love her and she loves me. Hey, it's a good day to be alive. No, I can't play with me. If I die happily. 'Cause I love her and she loves me. She loved me, she loved me. She told me. Yeah, I love her and she loved me. Hey, it's a good day to be. Anybody if your name is me. Shout it from the rooftop shamelessly. I love her and she loves me. Hey, it's a good day to be alive. No, I can't play with me. If I die happily. 'Cause I love her and she.
College can be a big transition, and community plays such an important role in that experience. By using TikTok, the Office of Student Engagement tapped into a platform students are already on, reminding us that social media isn't just entertainment, it's still connecting us to the real world through a screen. I'm Matea Cunningham, and as always, this has been Let's Talk Socials. I'll see you all next week.
Well, that does it for Access Now for tonight. Make sure to join us for Entertainment Friday when song artist Tanash joins us. And stay tuned for our friend Royston Jones and the 11 o'clock news. Good night, everybody.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.